When we think of Mario Brothers, Mario and Luigi are the ones that pop into our heads. But what if we told you these two actually have a secret brother who could appear in the next Mario movie? Niece. In the games, there's no confirmation that Mario and Luigi have another brother, but things are different in the films made by Illumination. In the first movie, from 2023, we got the pleasure of meeting several members of Mario's family who live together with him. Among all these relatives, there's a little girl we see in the family dinner scene and also at the end of the film, when Mario and Luigi returned to New York. It turns out it was confirmed that this girl is Mario and Luigi's niece, and that changes everything. A niece is the child of your sibling. Neither Mario nor Luigi have children, so that means this girl is the daughter of another brother of theirs. In other words, all signs point to the fact that the Mario and Luigi from the Super Mario Bros. Cinematic Universe really do have a brother. It's very likely that this girl's father is their older brother, since he's the only one who's already a parent, but the question is, the only relatives who appeared in the movie were the parents, the uncles, and the grandfather of the main characters. So where is their brother? We're going to try to figure that out today, because we're going to talk about everything that's known about the mystery of Mario and Luigi's lost brother, who has a huge chance of appearing in Super Mario Galaxy the movie. And for you who made it this far, we have a special invitation. Click the join button down below and become part of our exclusive group of subscribers. We have 3 plans for you to choose from. You can become a Wave Fund member and use our badges on your profile and special emojis in the channel's video comments. Or you can become a Wave Plus member and get early access to our videos and priority replies in the comments. But if you want access to our exclusive members-only videos and polls, you can become a Wave Max member. Starting at $2.99, you can become the newest member of Cinewave. Click now and get even closer to us. Wario. Even though Bowser is Mario's greatest enemy, the plumber has other very fun villains, and one of them is Wario, who is basically an evil version of Mario himself, which is why the two share the same name, just with the M flipped to become a W. Their similarities have always been very suspicious, and many people theorize that they're related, and that could be confirmed in Super Mario Galaxy the movie if they reveal that Wario is Mario and Luigi's secret brother. That would explain why Wario looks so much like his arch enemy, and it's exactly the kind of change the movies can make, especially since there's a strong chance Wario could be the main villain of a possible third film. On top of that, while the hero of the Mushroom Kingdom fights to help people, Wario is greedy and only cares about money, maybe because Wario didn't have the courage to follow his dreams. That's very possible, since at the beginning of the first movie, Mario was criticized by his family when he decided to follow his dream of being a plumber. Did Wario start feeling jealous of his little brother after seeing him succeed as a plumber while he ignored his own dreams to make more money? That would be a great motivation for Wario to become Mario's rival. Dr. Mario. Because he's Nintendo's most famous character, Mario has hundreds of games where he does all kinds of different things. While he fights evil and saves princesses in the main games, the plumber also appears in spin-offs focused on other activities. One of those spin-offs is called Dr. Mario, where he's a doctor. There have always been doubts about who Dr. Mario really is. As far as we know, in the games, it's Mario himself working as a doctor. However, some fans theorize that he's actually some relative of the plumbers, since Mario is also the last name of the members of this family, which would be why he's called Dr. Mario. This idea could be brought into the films made by Illumination with Nintendo, since it's practically impossible for the cinematic version of Mario to become a doctor. He's clearly not trained in medicine and worked at a construction company before starting his plumbing business, so it would be perfect if the Dr. Mario of the movie universe were the older brother of him and Luigi. And if that really is the case, there's a very logical explanation for why Dr. Mario didn't appear at the family dinner in the first movie. Because he's a doctor, he was probably on call and therefore couldn't leave the hospital. That kind of thing is very common among doctors, especially in a big city like New York. Poor Mario and Luigi's niece. If her dad really is Dr. Mario, she probably rarely gets to see him. Are you also dying to see Mario and Luigi's brother appear in Super Mario Galaxy the movie? If so, comment down below #siblings. Jumpman. Anyone who knows the history of Nintendo's Bravest Plumbers games knows that Mario's very first appearance wasn't in one of his own games, but in the original Donkey Kong, where the gorilla was the villain and Mario had to defeat him. But back then, the character was called Jumpman and worked in construction instead of being a plumber. It's implied in the games that Jumpman isn't actually Mario, but rather his father or grandfather, and that could also be true in the movie universe. But the character could be adapted in another way, to be Mario and Luigi's mysterious brother, which would also fit really well. Mario and Luigi themselves worked in construction before becoming plumbers. This career change was something that disappointed part of the family. In other words, they were expected to keep working as carpenters, and with that in mind, their brother could very well still be in that same job, continuing to be a carpenter, just like Jumpman in the games. Even though Mario's new adventure is focused on space, it would be cool if Jumpman appeared working at a construction site during a scene where the plumbers visit their family in New York. Or maybe the two of them couldn't make it to a planned visit because of the space adventure, which would lead Jumpman to go after them in the Mushroom Kingdom to make sure everything is okay. Balugio Mario. The Mario movies, made in partnership between Illumination and Nintendo, are full of references and famous fan service, things that happen in a story mainly to please the fans. It's even hard to give examples because the Super Mario Bros. Movie is basically walking fan service. With that in mind, what if Mario's own lost brother were fan service that references a character created by the franchise's fans? We're talking about Balugio Mario, a mysterious plumber in blue clothes who is supposedly hidden on the cover of the game Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, only visible if you manage to stretch the game screen beyond its limits. That's according to what people say, but Balugio is just a joke started by YouTuber Lumpy Touch. Balugio may be a meme, but he's also proof that the Super Mario Bros. Fandom truly wants the reveal that Mario and Luigi have a brother, and an incredible way to fulfill that wish would be to make Balugio actually exist in the cinematic universe and be their beloved brother who's always left aside, at least until he steals the spotlight with a surprise appearance in Super Mario Galaxy the movie. What would you think of that? Pietro Mario. Since we've been talking so much about a possible lost brother of Mario and Luigi, it's time to talk about the time they actually did meet a lost brother. This happened in an episode of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, a 1989 Mario program that mixed animated episodes with live-action scenes where real actors played the plumbers. In the live-action part of one of the show's episodes, the duo discovered they had a brother they had never heard about before, Pietro Mario. According to Pietro, he had a huge fight with their mother and left when Mario and Luigi were still very young. Because it was so traumatic, Mario and Luigi's mother never spoke about Pietro to them. Since then, Pietro had supposedly traveled the world until deciding to reunite with Mario and Luigi to have the chance to get to know them better. Luigi didn't really believe the story, but Pietro knew everything about the Mario family, so it seemed like he really was their brother, at least until Luigi managed to trick Pietro into confessing that he was just a con artist who had studied the brothers' lives to deceive them and pull a scam on them. So yeah, Pietro was never actually Mario and Luigi's real brother, which is pretty disappointing, but this episode could serve as inspiration for the new movie, which might reveal that the plumber's niece's father is named Pietro. Unlike the series, he really would be Mario and Luigi's brother, but maybe Pietro is also a bit sly and shady, just like his TV show counterpart. Maybe he's in prison, and that's why he didn't appear in the first movie.
Wanna keep having fun with us? Then subscribe and turn on the notification bell.
Deceased brother. Up to this point, we've been thinking about fun identities for the secret brother. But what if the truth behind him is much more tragic? What if he's already passed away? After all, the only hint of his existence in the Super Mario Bros. Movie is Mario's niece, but he himself never appears, even though the rest of the family is present in some scenes. On top of that, this brother is never mentioned at any point, as if you were part of a forbidden subject within the family. What if the reason is that he's no longer alive? A lot of things would start to make sense if that were true, and it would make the story of the movie even darker, since it's about Mario's journey to rescue Luigi and save his life. Mario would be reliving a terrible trauma upon realizing that Luigi's life was in danger, and the journey wouldn't just be to save him, but also to prevent him from dying like his other brother did. This could be brought to light in Super Mario Galaxy the movie, with the deceased relative appearing in a portrait in the plumber's house. Missing. Another similar possibility, but with much more potential, is that Mario Mario and Luigi's brother has been missing for years. He could have simply disappeared one day and never returned, leaving his family worried and confused. Some would believe he died in some accident and his body was never found. Others would assume he ran away so he wouldn't have to take care of his own daughter. But maybe the truth is something completely different. Just imagine if, in reality, he had ended up in the Mushroom Kingdom long before Mario and Luigi, or maybe even on some other planet, since we know the magic pipes that teleported Mario and Luigi to the Mushroom Kingdom are capable of taking them to other worlds. Peach herself came from some other world she doesn't even know the origin of. That could connect this brother to the story of Super Mario Galaxy, with his brothers finding him during their journey through space. The new Mario movie is already promising to bring many incredible things, so this would only make the story even more sensational than we already know it will be. The next step is right in front of you. 2 fun-filled videos waiting for your click. Thanks, and see you soon.